Hey guys, and welcome to my channel. So today we'll be hitting the question as to why is it so hard to get lean and in shape in 2025. Now before we try to dissect this problem, we need to ask the question what? What is the problem? We all know back in the 70s and 80s people were a lot thinner and a lot better shape. But why? So in 2012, there wasn't a state that had more than 25% obesity in their states. However, fast forward to 2022, just 10 short years later, we're at 35% and growing. Another scary statistic is that every single state in the United States of America in the time of 2022 had no less than 25% of their citizens at obese or morbidly obese. This also includes the states of California, Hawaii, and Colorado. The CDC predicts that in 2030, there will be more than 1 billion people who are morbidly obese in the United States. The next question we need to get to is the why. Why is this happening? Well, there's a number of reasons and a number of theories. One of the most notable is that there are more chemicals, pesticides, flame retardants, types of medications that were prescribed nowadays, which can certainly attribute to the problem. There's arguments also that our microbiomes have been affected by these chemicals, not to mention the highly processed food that we're eating. Since the 1970s and 80s, there have also been an increase in prescribed medications to help us deal with anxiety and depression, such as the SSRIs, which hit the scene in the 80s and really blew up in the 90s. One of the theories out there is due to the increase in medications that many Americans are on many of these prescribed drugs is the fact that our hormones are also becoming imbalanced due to these drugs. Two hormones which can certainly be affected are our ghrelin, which is our hunger hormone, as well as leptin, which is basically our satiety hormone. Lets us know we're full. I believe that a lot of these drugs are infecting our hormones in a negative way, but I'm no doctor or nutritionist. Now, I can't say that these billion-dollar companies, such as the big food manufacturers or the wonderful people in the pharmaceutical sectors, I certainly don't think they have our best interest at heart. Do you? So I comprised a list of 3 reasons to help us get over the hump and actually get closer to a healthy, sustainable lifestyle and make it easier to lose fat and live longer. Number 1, understanding what's actually going on. Now, we've already kind of touched on this. General Mills, Kellogg's, Frito-Lay, these people and companies have a vested interest in selling you their products. And they will say anything short of straight up lying to your face to sell their products to you. And if they do accidentally lie to you, they have plenty of lawyers to get them out of trouble. Another big problem, in my humble opinion, is that due to the vast amounts of antidepressants, anti-anxiety medications, and every other pill they're trying to shove down our throats nowadays, there could certainly be a side effect for weight gain. Now, like I said earlier, there could be many reasons as to why you gain weight. Certain medications make you hungrier, make you eat more. As we all know, in certain medications there are more side effects than solutions that the pills are there to actually treat. But if you're being treated for depression or anxiety, and you're given a pill that makes you feel better and not so anxious or depressed, there may be a side effect as to your weight. By taking these antidepressants and anti-anxiety medications, we might be making ourselves feel better that it's okay to be overweight. And just a disclaimer, I think if you're 80 pounds or 600 pounds, we should all love ourselves no matter what, because we were all created equal. But coming from a point of health, research has shown that obesity can certainly cause high blood pressure, heart disease, diabetes, fatty liver disease, and many other ailments. And trust me, these big companies, they're not going to tell us that. So it's our job to gain this information and not just become another statistic. Number 2, stop eating crap. I can't emphasize this enough. We're putting poison in our bodies. We need to be more focused on a whole natural diet comprised of whole natural foods, non or minimally processed, primarily single ingredient foods, such as fruits like bananas and apples, such as vegetables like cauliflower and broccoli, lean sources of protein like beef, fish, and chicken, and whole grains, and stay away from the sugar. All right, number 3, just move more. NEAT, non-exercise activity thermogenesis. NEAT is everything we do after we get up, but before we start exercising. So our basal metabolic rate is the amount of calories that your body burns if we were laying there in a comatose. You also have your exercise calories, which is your cardio and your training, which is what most of us think. However, did you realize we expend more calories from the non-exercise activities in our day than we do in the actual cardio and weight training sessions? It's true. Fidgeting with our keys, parking further away in the grocery store or the department stores, and walking. Walking, just walking, not for exercise, but just to walk. I walk to think. I do a lot of walking. Clean the house. Go to the grocery store so you can meal prep. I love to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Meal prep. You're walking, moving around the kitchen, and you're getting healthy meals prepped so you don't overeat on junk food. There are solutions out there. We just have to utilize them. With that, your cardio and eating an adequate amount of protein, which I would suggest to be a minimum of 0.8 grams of body weight. So doing that along with eating a high protein diet and cardio of 150 minutes per week will yield us the results that we're looking for. Just remember, it takes patience and consistency. Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed it and you'd like to see more content like this, please message me, and don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Peace.